Hey, Alec Miller here, founder of Royals and Rogues, and what you just watched was our announcement for the short film that we're developing internally, as well as a screen test for one of our key assets. This is going to be a really fun project, and we're announcing it so early in development because we want to bring all of you along for the journey. I want to develop this thing in real time with you guys, the audience, so that way you can ask questions, you can learn from my successes and failures as I go through the entire process of developing a digital short film. We're talking from concept, how do you get good ideas, all the way through, script writing and production and post-production and then marketing. This is going to be pretty comprehensive. I want to look at each element of this. So not just the VFX and cool renders, but also looking at what it takes to direct something like this. How do you get good results from a concept artist? How do you even find a good concept artist to hire? Where do you get good inspiration from? How do you develop, a look or a mood or a feeling? This is going to be a really exciting journey for me, and I think it's going to be really fun for you to get a follow along. Long term, I'm hoping we can launch a Discord channel as well as do some live Q&As, so that way you guys can get specific questions about production answered, and not just me doing an overview of each part of this production. So hit like, hit subscribe if that sounds interesting to you. Whether you're a filmmaker, a VFX artist, someone that just likes these properties that we're kind of being inspired by, this is all going to be awesome content, I think, for anyone in those categories. The other reason for announcing this so early is I want to give the opportunity to people in the audience to potentially work on this project. So if you're a rigger, an animator, a modeler, into VFX, or even scene assembly especially, we could really use your help. I'm not going to guarantee that you'll get the chance to work on this. There's some slots we already have filled, and we're trying to develop this as quickly as we can on the small budget that we have. I have been paying everybody so far for their work, but that does limit the amount of talent I can bring on to this project. Now, before I wrap up, I have to do some disclaimers. All the logos that you see in the announcement, anytime I reference something like Dead Space or Resident Evil or Alien or any other intellectual property, that is not to imply that this is condoned or sanctioned by those brands or any of their subsidiaries, right? So EA is not sponsoring this. This is not condoned by them. Those are simply to show where we're drawing reference from. And in fact, every single asset in this, every character, the music, everything is completely new, built by us. We're not ripping or using anything from any video game, movie, or IP that these companies own. This is all completely our own unique designs. You'll definitely see stuff that's inspired by, very clearly, there's things that we really love about those. But just like Dead Space was inspired by Alien, we're inspired by them. Professionally and legally, this is not at all associated with any of those properties. If you're someone that happens to work for one of these companies and you think somewhere we're stepping over the line, let me know and I'll correct it. I think we're pretty safe as we're doing everything completely from scratch, and we're not relying on any actual assets, characters, music, so on and so forth from those properties. These are all our own creative ideas and content that we're just drawing inspiration from these other brands. So, that legal out of the way, I cannot wait for you guys to get to see what we're making. I'm going to be revealing more and more stuff as we go, and I think it's going to be really valuable to have an entire digital short film process from start to finish documented in real time. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Alec Miller, founder of Royals and Rogues, and I'll see you in the next one.